Hello YouTubers, this is Optimus Prime G1 coming to you with a video review. This time it's Apex and Geminus. Apex is aka Top Spin and Geminus is aka Twin Twist. We have these two figures. They come from Mech iDEAS. They are third-party figures. They each came with a booklet that shows their transformation. That's a nice color booklet. I'm not going to go into details with it, but each one comes with those. It comes in nice packaging with a nice bag. Zoom out and I'll bring in the packaging for a second. That's a nice bubble package. Each one comes in one like that, and it has on the back here, it has a brief bio of each one. And each one has a text specs too as well. Let's take out Top Spin and we'll do Twin Twist first. I'm only going to do transformation for one of them because transformations are the same. Okay, he's got his treads. Very nice treads on the bottom there. Even the guns are actually molded different, which is very interesting. And they have a place for all their weapons in vehicle mode. This is a hammer. It actually becomes his exhaust for this mode. So very nice molded in detail. The other thing you can do with a hammer, you can take it out of here. You can actually put it together in hammer mode. Nice and stiff, which is really nice. I mean, I'm sure it'll loosen up over time. But for a display piece, I don't know how often you're going to take it apart and put it back together again. There's two holes here that correspond to two tabs on here. It's much easier when you're not doing it on camera. But there we go, got it. And it becomes more of a tank mode this way. It becomes a really nice tank mode this way. So you have options for putting the hammer on. But you could also take them all off and not put anything on here at all, and it still looks nice even without the weapons or anything on it. We have to take those off for transformation anyway, so we'll take them off now. Put them off to the side. You can see he still looks like a very nice drill tank. I would like if they would have brought the drill all the way down into here instead of just cutting it short here. I think it would have looked a little nicer. I don't think they need to be any longer. It's just they could have done the drill work a little molded in detail better all the way down to here. I mean, they could have made them longer as well, but I don't think they need to be that much longer, just more drill work. But other than that, I mean, I don't really have a lot of complaints with these figures. These figures are very nice homages to the G1. I'll bring the G1 out, just do a side-by-side of the G1. There he is with his gun. Take his gun off. You can see, I mean, it's a difference. I mean, these are Cybertron, remember, these are Cybertron vehicles, and this is a third party that's putting a new spin on these. It's kind of like almost like a Generations line. These would really fit with Generations line figures. They're about that size. And you can see, I mean, it's a very nice homage. It's got the blue, it's got the blue, it's got the white and the white, so everything like really matches. I mean, the blues are a little different, but I mean, it's a good match. So I think it's, I mean, you got the treads here, you got the treads here, so it really does do a good job of trying to match the old G1 style with an updated version. So I think that's pretty good for a third party to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and transform him now. He's actually a very easy transformation, not too difficult. So everything tabs very nicely in. So just untab the legs. We're going to zoom out a little bit just to make it have more room to show with the transformation. Okay, so untap the legs, pull those down, out of the way for now. Pop out the arms. And actually pull these down out of the way first. You want those out of the way. There we go. Now pull down the arms. And then this whole section is going to swivel up and around. And then you want to pull out a tab back here. This tab back here is what's going to swivel down, make the rest of his chest and his head. And this just tabs right back in. There's like a hole here and a tab right there. That just tabs right in there. And then just pull the legs down. Now if you have them like this, they won't pull on. You have to make sure you have them turned the right way. So just make sure you have this part turned the right way so it comes down. And then you just pull his feet this way. Okay. Now on the back. Oh, I don't know if it locked in yet. Make sure you lock it in. This whole chest locks into place very nicely. Just swivel it down and it should lock right in. It's hard doing on camera, but I should just about have it. Well, let's move all the other pieces in position, then we'll check that again. Just pull this down. Pull this down. It makes a nice backpack. Yeah, it's a little bit of a backpack, but it's not bad. And his arms come down like here. Swivel them around like this. Swivel them around like that. I'm going to pull down his hands, turn around, and lock into place. This comes out, turns, and locks into place. And then, like I said, we just want to get this locked in, this backpack here. For some reason, it's not cooperating with me right this second. Usually it's a lot easier than this. Of course, usually I'm not doing it on camera, so that's probably the difference between normal and the way it is now. Oh, there we go. We got one side. Ah, come on. I know I'm doing something wrong here, but because it usually just goes right into place there. There we go. That's all locked in now. Alright, so and he is really crazy articulated. Bounces very nicely. I mean, you can lean him forward to a point. I mean, it took me to lean him pretty good forward to him fall over. See, I don't know if you can see that, but he's actually leaning forward a little bit. But he has some pretty good posability. You can lean him back a little bit before he falls over. There. Pretty good posability. He has a lot of articulation, so a lot of points of articulation on this guy. Alright, we're going to see if we can count them all. I do miss them every now and then. You have a swivel here. You have a swivel here. This goes in and out. You have, this goes in and out for transformation, but you can use as a joint. You have the swivel here. You have this joint. And you have a second joint here, so it's double jointed elbow. You have a swivel at the wrist. You have a swivel at the waist. You have a swivel joint here, and in and out here, a swivel at the upper thigh, a knee joint, no swivel at the knee, but the knee can go in and out because of transformation, so that's gives you actually more posability, even though it's just for transformation, but you can use that. Now the feet are actually pivot side to side, and they go back, so they have a really nice range of motion for the foot. I mean, I know the foot was in and out for transformation, but this part was not for transformation. They put this in to help give a little more posability. So it was a well-designed figure. And you got the head, of course. The head that goes up. It can't go down too far because it's impaired by just the chin, but it goes down a little bit. And you got the side to side. I mean, it's all on a ball joint, so it's got good range of motion. So, very nice articulation. Now, he has his hammer accessory, which can be held double-handed. And you can do it so it doesn't have the joint in the shoulder's used, so it can hold it without using that shoulder joint. If you don't want to use that shoulder joint, the one that's used for transformation, see, it's actually in place. It's just on this. I'm just swiveling it, so he's holding it two-handed. You can have it hold two-handed all the way up, or even have it holding two-handed all the way down. So, I mean, that's a lot of. It's just not forcing it to be double-handed. I mean, it's definitely holding it both hands. So you got a lot of articulation that way. So let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. Let's see some of the nice detail we have going on here. Oops. See if we can get the head to focus. Whoop. I need light on that. So I can bring my light around to the front of it. Nice head sculpt. Okay. The other nice thing is, because of the way the backpack is, you can actually create a hole for the hammer to go. And you can sort of keep it on him even when he holds the guns. And his guns can actually go back here as well. You can either have them pointed down, like that, and they go all the way in. So they can either be like that. I actually put them behind them and put them up like that, because you don't even see them, because they get hidden by the arms very well. If you turn them this way, you're going to see them. But that's no big deal. I mean, I just put them there just to have a place to put them. If I'm going to use a hammer, and a lot of times I pose him with the hammer, and I pose the other one with the guns. Not my best posing job, but you can see where you have some good posability. Now, because it doesn't go in and out here, you limit it there, but you get this joint here, which does give you some added range because of that. And you do get in and out this way, just no back. So you do get some good poses, even with that lack of being able to move that shoulder back. You do get some good poses. And you can see they really did try to incorporate some of the G1. You got the yellow one here, the yellow one here, the red dot there, there's a red dot there. They really try to incorporate some of this. I'll probably get some repo labels and put some Autobot stickers in here. There's a nice spot for it right here. It's kind of almost molded in as a spot to put a sticker, the way it looks. So I'll probably get some and put them in there, just because I think it would look a lot better with the Autobot sticker in there. But you could see where they really try to get some detail in here that made it, I mean, even in the shoulders. Got the little bit yellow in the shoulder, like that back here. So you do see a lot of molded in detail. I mean, even with me mistransforming him, he's standing up. And I have him like almost like in a weird position. He's standing up pretty good. So it's good, a very good balanced figure. I mean, you can make him fall over. I'm not saying you can't make him fall over, but he is a very well balanced figure. It's actually easier to get him to stand than the most figures that you have. I mean, to me, his articulation is almost up in par with the Masterpiece line. There's Predator King. He towers over him. Okay, what you see here is Wheeljack from Transformers Prime, standing right next to him. You can see he's about classic size, or generation size, deluxe vehicle. You can sort of see it's shorter, but a lot wider. So it really is about the same, even though it's like shorter, but I mean, it's got more bulk to it, so it's still about the same size. Now, what I like about these is the fact that these are probably some of the least expensive. If you're going to get a third party figure, I would definitely recommend these. If you never had a third party before and you're thinking about a third party figure, I would definitely get these, just because these together are about $70, somewhere around 70 maybe with shipping might be $80. So basically, it's $40 a piece. You can't touch that on a usual third-party figure. And for the articulation you get in these, most of the third parties don't even have that much articulation. The reason I think these have the most that I've seen is because their Cybertron vehicles are not regular cars, so they can get away a little more as far as putting things in where they can make it have more posability and such. I'd really like to see what happens if this company stays around and if they give us more vehicles and robots, because I'd love to see what they do with like a typical car vehicle. Because this is just awesome. I love this. I mean, you get this the backpack holds this in very nicely. So the backpack comes in handy. It's not like it's there and doesn't have any use. I'm not sure if this is what you're supposed to use it for or not, but that's what I use it for. Now you do get a little bit of hollow in the legs here, but that's before the transformation. I mean, you get that in Hasbro stuff. I mean, but this doesn't feel cheap. I mean, this feels solid. It doesn't feel hollow. It feels like a pretty solid figure. I mean, yeah, you do have hollow spots, but it's a pretty solid figure. And I don't know if you noticed, if we can zoom in on these guns a little bit, I'll show you what we have here. Now his guns and his guns are actually a little bit different. I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably not. Oh yeah, there we go. They're actually a different gun mold. They're actually very similar to what we had in the G1. There's G1, there's his. Very similar. And also, there's top spins. There's top spins. Very similar guns. So, they did a very good job of that. So, I'm not transforming him. I'm just going to show you there is different molding. Remember the treads on the other one? Move him out. Remember we sold the treads on the other one? This one has different molded in detail. Right here, you can see it on the legs. If I bring the other one in, that's where it is. That's actually his legs. So, see the treads there? It's not treads there. It's just slightly different molded. I mean, it's molded pretty much almost the same, but just enough differences that allow you to have a little bit different leeway. There we go. You can see that the head has kind of got battle damage, and that's referencing the novel, the comic where he got destroyed on a mission. And these are by far my favorites. So leave some comments below if you like my video. Subscribe. I'm going to try to put some more videos out here. I haven't done it for a while because I had some family issues that I had to deal with, so I wasn't able to get some videos out here. So I'm going to try to start doing videos again and get some out there for you. So subscribe, like the video if you like it, put some comments if you want to make some comments, and thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.